this may be the podcast for you.
Brick,
Yeah?
you're talking like that again.
Well, we are cutting an introduction for our podcast.
Do you think we should maybe crack a beer first?
I shouldn't do it.
Are you a fan of Star Wars? Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? What about beer? If so, this may be the podcast for you.
Brick,
Yeah?
you're talking like that again.
Well, we are cutting an introduction for our podcast.
Do you think we should maybe crack a beer first?
I shouldn't do it.
Are you a fan of Star Wars? Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? What about beer? If so, this may be the podcast for you.
Brick,
Yeah?
you're talking like that again.
Well, we are cutting an introduction for our podcast.
Do you think we should maybe crack a beer first?
I shouldn't do it.
Are you a fan of Star Wars? Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? What about beer? If so, this may be the podcast for you.
Brick,
Yeah?
you're talking like that again.
Well, we are cutting an introduction for our podcast.
Do you think we should maybe crack a beer first?
I shouldn't do it.
Are you a fan of Star Wars? Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? What about beer? If so, this may be the podcast for you.
Brick,
Yeah?
you're talking like that again.
Well, we are cutting an introduction for our podcast.
Do you think we should maybe crack a beer first?
Hey!
Welcome to episode 59 of Galaxy of Beeroes. On today's show, we actually got a kit release on the day of the recording. What a concept. Oh, and a State of the Galaxy. It's a crazy world, man. We're going to be drinking some North Pier beer. We're talking Mando And I heard we got some news on some new Star Wars franchises, something like 5, 6, maybe 9. That's a lot of new Star Wars content for us to discuss. We're gonna have to go to everyday episodes, Brick.
That's not gonna happen.
You have like a life and like responsibilities.
Yeah, I guess. Kid things.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you want a drink?
Yes, let's get right into it.
Cantina, baby. Cantina music is maybe playing. Nobody knows. Hopefully they can hear it.
Let's do the awkward haze phase.
Yes. All right. What's going on, Crazy K? Thanks for hopping on the show. We appreciate you.
Get in there early.
We have a small viewership right now, and that's okay.
It's gonna grow throughout once we get drunker. We appeal to more people the drunker we get.
Yes.
All right, so today's cantina is North Pier Brewing Company out of Benton Harbor, Michigan, on the west coast of our state. The first one we're going to do is called Awkward Haze Phase. It's got a cute little llama on there. Or emu. You know, I don't really know the difference between a llama and an emu. One's bird-like, I think.
An emu is a bird, or
Okay.
and then a llama is not a bird.
No, it's alpaca.
Alpaca.
And llama.
Alpacas
Yeah,
are
those are the two
smaller, I think.
Okay. I know emus are way different. They're birds.
Yeah.
They all have long necks.
They have
though.
long
They
necks.
share-
You weren't far
they share
off.
that in
I mean,
common.
they're both freaks of the animal kingdom. Let's be completely
Exactly.
honest.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Alpacas make pretty nice. You can make a pretty nice coat out of alpaca. Don't ask me why the fuck I know that. That's one of the. That's weird.
I imagine Luke just gutting one and jumping inside one.
Right.
Oh, it's got a good aroma.
Man, I haven't had a beer since we went fishing.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. I like it.
It's got a nice little spice on the back end. A little citrusy.
Okay.
I'll read what the can says.
Oh yeah, let me pull my mouthfeel spectrum up.
This is a hazy IPA with an aroma of passion fruit, melon, rind, and tropical citrus.
I was gonna say I taste a lot of passion fruit, maybe stone fruit.
Stone fruit for sure. All about that stone fruit.
Oh yeah.
They use cashmere, Chinook, Cascade, and grungiest hops. I don't know if that's actually a kind of hops or if they just said like the random stuff they have left over. But yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, I'd say I'm definitely getting some syrupy flavors.
I don't know if that's what they're going for in this though.
Maybe kind of sweet,
It's a little sweet.
more jam-like, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry, I was off. It's a Asteri. That's kind of what I was. That was what I was
Asteri?
getting. Yeah, Asteri.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
my cats are just terrorizing me today.
Real quick notes on North Pier. Like I said, they're in Benton Harbor. Their tap room is about a mile away from Lake Michigan. So when the world is normal, it's a great spot to go to get a beer, go get drunk, and then go swimming in Lake Michigan. Because what could go wrong with that?
It's a
Lake
great
Michigan
combination.
never has crazy waves. It's always super calm.
For the
Untapped
uninitiated,
has
it's quite wavy.
It's pretty wavy, yeah. I remember going out there and having waves just go completely over my head, and I was only about waist high in the water. So,
Goddamn.
at the tap room, they have a rotating list of their own craft beers. They focus on Belgian and European-inspired ales and lagers. So it's definitely a spot that I haven't been to, but I want to check out next summer, maybe when the world gets back to normal.
Yeah, that'd be cool. North
What would you give
Pier.
this one?
I'd go 5-star.
Yeah, I think a 5.
I'd
Yeah.
slap all the Omegas on it.
Mhm.
I would definitely drink this again.
Yeah.
How about you,
Yeah, I would say I'd say a 5.
Curtis? Happy Beskar Mando announcement day to you as well, sir. Thanks for hopping
Yeah.
in. Sorry, go ahead.
Unbelievable. We actually get one of those on the day we're recording. It's always the day after, and then our
Yeah.
episode's completely irrelevant for podcast.
Our podcast, we are the sole podcast that wills news and content from CG into existence. And
we don't change our recording structure. We know they always drop on Tuesdays, but we're sticking with Mondays. I don't think we should change it up. We'll stick with
Mondays are good. Mondays are good for
good.
us.
I know.
Monday's a shitty day of the week, arguably the shittiest day of the week. Why not drink some beer with your bros and gals? We don't have a strong female viewership, I'll be completely honest there. But you get the point.
Only female listenership we've had are the 2 people that we've had on the podcast.
That's a good point, yep. And I don't think they've ever listened to the show. So, besides the one they were on. But I digress. Is that all you had? Did you have more about the beer, or were you good?
No, not this one.
All right, man. Let's get some boosting and some boasting and some beers.
Yeah.
And Crazy, he's got some Bud Light on tap. I like it, man. That's a can't go
It's
wrong.
a good go-to.
It is. It's a staple.
I've been drinking some staple cheap beer the last week or so. I bought a 30-pack of PBR for a Thanksgiving get-together we had, and just have like 1 or 2 a night out of that. It lasts for quite a while.
Nice.
It was like $12 for 30 beers.
Not a bad deal.
They don't taste good, but
they
makes you
get
feel
the
like you're
job
drinking a
done.
beer.
Yeah, exactly. Right. All right.
All right, what were you boosting this week?
I didn't have a whole lot in these 2 weeks. I gave Echo his Zeta because I wanted to get, in preparation for the light side GOTB that we're doing, that we're currently in at this point.
Yep.
I just wanted to bolster my clones a little bit. As far as my Sith Eternal Emperor Palpatine requirements, I brought Marauder up to Gear 13, Relic 0. Because I don't want these characters that aren't really defining, like roster defining characters. I don't want to bring them up to the appropriate relic level yet for the event, because I don't want them hitting my top whatever.
No.
You know what? Honestly, he's already in my top GP anyway. But I guess the relic levels I can keep low. It's not like he's gonna make or break my Darth Revan squad anyway. So I'll just bring him up to Relic 0, and then my plan is to just relic the shit out of him when I have everything ready to go. With exception of really good characters like Vader. I brought Vader up to Relic 6. Dooku's Relic 6. So some of the better, and Dooku's not good. So Dooku's not better.
What's Marauder's thing? I face Marauder sometimes, but I'm not really focusing on what it can do. I don't have that character. What's the? He's
just a really hard hitting attacker. He's
stealth too, right?
He can be tanky. No, that's assassin. So
Okay.
he looks pretty sweet. He's the one that has the armor, forearm armor, and wears a mask. He looks dope, but he can hit like a fucking truck.
Yeah.
And I don't exactly know how his kit operates, to be completely honest, but he's cool. He's a cool character. I will use him once he's reliced. I use him anyway right now. He already hits hard, so.
Yeah.
And then other boosts, or boasts, I guess. A boast is I completed 4 out of 4 waves in Light Side Geo today with shot clones in Phase 2 in the middle. For the first time ever. I've never 4 out of 4'd any phase.
Oh, sweet.
Or any...
That's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, I was excited. Because what I did is I tweaked their mods quite a bit. I just kind of got them crazy... I just put super crazy mods on them in preparation for that phase, and I'm gonna keep trying to do that. I just want to get as many waves as I can, for the guild, and try to get as many stars out of it as we can. And
yeah, definitely.
So really looking forward. My relic, my Shak T is only at she's at R3 crazy, and the rest of my clones are all R5. With the exception of Rex, Fives. Fives is R7. So I just put crazy mods on them, and also strategically I changed it up. I targeted Droideka first, because in Phase 1 I used the same team with not as good of mods, and I didn't target Droideka first. I was going after, I think, B1 or B2 against my better judgment, because Droideka just decimated Fives, and... wasn't good, I didn't. Droideka had targeted 5s because he was taunting, so then I didn't get the super clone trigger, from the sacrifice, because Droideka just wasted 5, so I think I only got 1 out of 4 that time, if that. So yeah, I think strategically it's good to go after Droideka if you can. It worked for me anyway. I don't know if that's the gold standard of strategery, as they say.
It's so hard to predict with that TB too. Like you can totally go like 3 out of 4, 4 out of 4, and then the next time you do it, you get like 1 out of 4. Like
yeah, you can get some bad RNG, or maybe you didn't have the same exact mods, and who knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was excited about that. Glad to help out the guild. I'm already, I think, on pace to have way more waves than I ever have. If I can just get a few more waves completed.
If you pull like 3s or 4s with shock, that's great. Like that's a consistent team.
Well, one thing I am kind of dreading, to be completely honest, is doing the cam mission for the first time.
You're dreading it?
Yeah, because just
assume you're gonna lose, and then you don't have to worry about disappointing anybody.
I guess I'm not disappointed in losing. I mean, that would suck, of course, but I guess I'm more dreading the remodding. I don't know what the mod setups are, and I just need to set aside time and figure it out. There's like a whole infograph thing that somebody made, and flowchart, and I've watched the encounter a few times. Actually, Operation Metaverse, T-Money has a good video walking it through, and it's like with Fatal, who we had on 2 weeks ago. He was a part. He's a very active member on the Cam Discord server, and I mean, that's no surprise, guys.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, I was completely mesmerized by all of the knowledge you brought to it. I was like, wow.
Oh, I know. If you guys haven't checked it out, my cats are fighting. That's cool. Yeah, if you haven't checked out the podcast, we had Fatal of the Playbook on our podcast 2 weeks ago, and hold on, my cats are fighting. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna start sharing my my boosts and boasts. I think Brick already knows what they are, so it's not gonna be a surprise to him. My biggest one, my most exciting one, I shared it in every Discord I'm a part of. So if anybody's in any of the Discords I'm in, you already know this happened. But I 7-starred my Chupio, my 3PO and Chewie. And I had the Gear 12 already saved up, so it was 7-star Gear 12 immediately. I was able to use him in Phase 1 and did pretty well with him. Just at Gear 12, mods weren't great at the time. I think I got the team usually gets me 1 out of 4, and then this time it got me 3 out of 4, almost 4 out of 4, and then a couple. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Then the next day, because it was still at Gear 12 for Phase 1. The next day, same spot, because we preload that zone. I had him to Relic 5 because I just needed a few more pieces left over to get him up to Gear 13. I had all the mats saved up already. And today I 4 out of 4 at that zone. So that was pretty awesome. I also had the chance to use that character in my CLS team in HSTR today. I guess it was today. And it was Phase 2. I did 10 million with that team, where I usually only do about 8. So that was pretty cool. It's just a wrecking crew. I did a little bit of mod upgrading since then too. So it's pretty much ready to destroy some shit for the next round of GAC, which I'm excited for. It's just an absolute wrecking crew, that tune. So just talking about my Chupio upgrade and how much it's done for me. So,
oh, nice, man. Congrats on that.
I feel like it's going to be a reliable 3-4 wave team every single run. I could have thrown it on auto and gotten 4 waves out of that one.
That's a really strong team.
The Schnaps, if you're listening, I'm not going to put it on auto, but I could, I think.
Dude, that team is so good in GAC as well. You can do a lot with it in 3s or 5s.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it when we go through our GAC, but one of my opponents put it on defense, and I had to use a really strong team to beat it. I one attempt at it, but I mean, that's a team you do not want to fuck around with CLS with 3PO.
Yeah, no kidding.
And there aren't a whole lot of great options, honestly. It gets just about anybody you use it. It can get dicey depending on the team, and But anyway, sorry.
I would love to throw it on defense and just see what happens.
Fuck yeah, why not?
Because I've been like doing that, just like throwing a random team down and like a really hard team that I don't think they can beat cleanly.
Yeah.
And just seeing what it does. We'll talk about that a
Absolutely.
little bit later.
Yeah.
Curtis, yes, I am getting close to Jamal. I am only down to one more. Mon Mothma is my
Nice.
last one.
Wow, you have everything else?
Everything else is relics to the
Holy
minimum
shit.
requirements.
That's awesome.
Rebel Y-Wing's even 7-star. Yeah, Mothma's the last one. I got her at like 11 or 12 out of 100. She's at gear 11, pretty much ready to go to gear 12 immediately. There's just like a couple of random things that I need to finish, but like it's going to take me a week and a half to get her to 7-star, 2 weeks to get to 7-star, and then she'll go to relic 5 pretty much immediately after gear 13. There's a couple things for the gear 13 gear that I still need to grab here and there, like the obviously the Kairos and whatnot, but all the stuff that comes out of fleet energy is pretty much farmed up. So
Nice. That's awesome. Man.
I was hoping Christmas. I don't know if that'll quite happen, but I think by the end of the year I'll have Jamal. Gear 7 Jamal will be in my inventory.
You're gonna have some. You got to get some. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do. You need to make some. If you do get them around Christmas time, you got to make some holiday JML nog. You make some eggnog, get some food coloring to get that.
Turn it green.
Turn that green milk.
You can't just have vanilla colored.
And
milk
then
there.
you're gonna record yourself taking a big swig, nice milk mustache. We're gonna put it on Instagram.
What if we drink that on the podcast around that time?
That's an even better idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I went into social media. We're influencers.
Oh, totally. We post once every 3 weeks on our Instagram.
Sorry, I gagged there. I said influencer. That was hard to get down. Oof.
That's the faction that you're part of, the influencer faction.
Influencing is a really grandiose term for what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Now, didn't you say that you had a ship waiting to upgrade after Lightside Geo?
Oh, dude. So, yeah. After this Lightside TB, I will be able to unlock Negotiator. I already have a 7-star Malevolence, so I'll be able to unlock Negotiator. And then also, I'll be able to 7-star Malik. And I've already stockpiled at least 2 6E mods for him. Once I get him to gear 12. Well, yeah, gear 12. And then I'm just going to farm the shit out of him. But that's going to be huge. So I guess it's this weekend or something?
Yeah.
Or it'll end Friday? Is that when it'll end? I don't know.
Something like that. These 36-hour ones are hard to keep track of.
They are.
Sounds about right, though. So we're in phase 2 in Hoth for my in Murder Bears. There's 4 more phases, so 4 more days. Yeah, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
Saturday?
Yeah, dude. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. You know, I want you to want me.
I also have a ship upgrade after TB. Thanks for asking. I'm going to 6-star my Negotiator.
I don't want to hear about it. That's small potatoes. No. That's awesome, man.
It's weird, though, that, like, you, me, and DeSchnaps, like, we've all been in the same guilds the whole time, but, like,
we're all in varying levels
both of them done quicker than me, and then I'm, like, a whole star ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm a dumb person, and I spent mine on gear. My get.
Okay.
Get
You're
to
doing gear. Okay.
And get one.
So I was like, you even went up a guild once for a TB. So
I
you should
did.
have- yeah.
I did. Yeah, I pissed it away on gear. Again, I'm a dumb person.
Whatever. When you get desperate, like I can see it.
You know what?
I actually have so little get 2 on my ult. The other day, accidentally I hit a gear piece. I thought it was get 1 and it was get 2. I was like, fuck. I had like 1100 there, so I could have bought like 5 blueprints of Malevolence like after like Territory War or something like that. But like, I just burned it all on something stupid.
On my my 1.8 something alt, I have like 38,000 get 1 saved up for gas.
Nice.
That account is actually, if I may, did you have more on your boost and boast?
No.
So that account's pretty fun. Brick Hard Node, that's my alt account. I play that, I've been playing it pretty consistently. As far as like long-term grinding goals, it's pretty fun. I'm kind of well positioned for, I think, a pretty cool setup. So I am pretty close to being able to do the gas event. So I have all of those required characters, basically. I just need to gear them up. They're almost all 7-starred. I think probably half of them are already relicked or gear 12 where they need to be with the appropriate Zetas. So like I have Padme, I have Asajj, the droids, the requirements. So
Yeah.
those are all good, I think, foundational teams for an account. And then on top of that, I also have I'm going to get gas. And then once I have gas, I'm also going to be I think long term going to be going for JML on that account, which I think is an interesting combination of characters. Like, because I'm not going for either of the Reverends, probably Jedi Knight Revan at some point, maybe early on. I don't know, with the accelerated farming, that's a good option, I think. But I don't know. I think it's a cool combo.
You'll probably want Revan though for the Luke team.
Right, that's what I was
you'll
thinking.
Have to get Luke first.
And Jedi Knight Revan's not that bad now, especially.
No, not really.
It'd
now
be a
that
great
there's
team
the
to
accelerated farming, you'll get that much quicker than we did when we first did it. So
right, and that's a great team to have too. No doubt about it. I mean, just getting gas, is going to be at. I could have gas conceivably at under 2.5 million GP. I think.
Yeah. That'll be killer.
Realistically.
Yeah.
And then I already have my clones. They're all 7-starred with Zetas. I just need to gear them up. But it's a long-term plan, it's just fun. I think it's a cool idea. And then I just had an epiphany yesterday.
Don't forget, though, you have to still put yourself through Phase 4 again. Do you really want to do that to yourself?
What I'm doing, I'm already farming those specific mods.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my Droideka, ridiculously modded going into the event.
Yeah.
With plus 20 speed on every mod, just 100 offense.
That's the way. This is the way.
Yeah, I think I'm already doing it. I already have the mod sets I'm working on, so I think I am going to do it. But I had an epiphany yesterday, and I've thought about this because remember that guy's account that I sent you? I texted you in my alt account. There's a guy in my alt account who has
in your guild.
I'm sorry, in my guild on my alt account that it's just. It has just some really dumb characters. I don't know how else to say it. He's just invested in all of the dumb shit.
And they don't synergize at all.
They don't. His arena team is a Relic 4 Vader lead with a Relic 3 Boba Fett, a Relic 2 JTR, a Relic 2 Farm Boy Luke, and a Relic 2 5s. All of them have all of the Zetas. And cool. He's like a 2 million GP account. And he's like a legend in this guild. And he just R13 to Gar Saxton. He's done he's just living his life. And I kind of respect it in a way, to be completely honest.
Legend, what do you mean? What kind of legendary?
They rip on him, but in a fun way. They call him a legend. They openly mock him in guild chat. I don't know if he has guild chat. I don't know if he just deleted the tab or something. But he doesn't respond ever. But so the epiphany I had is, what if I started an account that I just farmed the dumbest shit possible? I have a Lobot team with Farm Boy Luke and
You put Ugnaught in there.
Ugnaught.
Or Queel in there. He'll be awesome.
Don't farm anything good. Don't farm not even Phoenix. Just to start. Just everything bad. Tuskens.
I think you should do it.
Not even bad. Decent bad shit. Not even Jawas. Tuskens, Mob Enforcer, Cup. Just make the dumbest account ever. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. That sounds actually kind of fun to me.
Curtis Blow is here for it.
Curtis is into it. Yeah. I'm thinking about it, man. I'm drunken around. I was reading Drunk Pete's name. Welcome, Drunk Pete.
Tuskens are definitely getting a rework. Yeah.
Dude, with the Mando shit, I think it's a good possibility. I do. Cuz they're just a useless faction at this point.
They're not even a faction. There's how many of them?
3, I think.
Yeah.
There's
you can't even make a whole team.
A Shaman, and a Raider, I think.
Raider, yeah.
Jor-El, what's up, man? welcome. And Biscuit.
Whoa, Jor-El's on. Look at this guy.
Oh, that's a good idea, Biscuit. So I'll farm the dumbest characters possible on this new alt account, and then I'll always auto set my defense on GAC. That's a really good idea.
Don't attack.
You know, I think it would bring. Oh, get a Rose Tika too. Oh, okay. Oh, hey Flex, cool man. Hey, thanks for popping on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we never know who's who. If you don't have the same name, we're just like,
Yeah, that's hard, you know.
Oh, that guy.
Got a lot of guild mates from the Awakened Collective in here. Appreciate you guys
hanging
popping
out.
in. But yeah, that's just an idea I was kicking around. Just getting some really dumb characters, and it would just be fun. Like,
yeah,
and like anybody I would play, they would get a good laugh. You know, I'd be spreading joy. I mean, I'd be hurting myself because it like hurt to farm Tuskens hard. You know.
We'll definitely share your stupid lineup in their Discord for sure. Look at this asshole. You should name it Galaxy of Beeroes. That's the account.
Oh man, just have the worst fucking roster ever.
Yep.
I'm sure I could find a guild that would take me. Yeah, Gamorrean Guard, Tuskens, and Gamorrean Guard. Yeah.
Awakened Sith,
about getting a rework probably. Rogues.
We got a new guild in the Awakened Collective. You can join Awakened Sith. There's like 6 people in there right now.
Oh hey, if you guys will have me. Funny. Anyway, okay, I digress. That was a long tangent. So where are we at? We got to get into the hard meat, right?
Hard meat time.
All right, let's cue some hard meat music. What do you think?
I'm not gonna say the thing because you yelled at me last time.
Oh, you've made it sexual. You can make it sexual. I don't care. I mean, I guess I get more awkward when there's guests because I don't know how they're gonna react to our stupidity.
They're not listening.
No, that's a good point. All right. So yeah, quite a bit happened, man. We got a lot of
stuff.
It
lasts like 2 hours, really.
Right.
I had the whole show planned out, and then it was like, oh, well, okay, yeah, we can do a 3-hour episode.
Do you want to do I guess we could hop into the stuff that was released? I mean,
yeah.
And then do
State
GAC after?
first?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to do a, let's see how this looks. Let's see how smooth I can be here. Look at this. Look at this other screen here. You can actually
you got multiple views going on here.
I do, man. They actually have my browser pulled up. Look at this.
Damn.
Am I Steve Jobs? Maybe. Reincarnated? I don't know.
I think you are.
I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, lots of shit.
Yeah, so State of the Galaxy, they kind of were going over some of the big things that are popping into the game and have started over the last week or so. The biggest of which, the challenge tier Rancor, which I had a fucking blast with. Didn't you? No, actually, I would say it was a cool new thing to do, knowing that, like, for us, like in our guild, which is 235 million, something like that, we knew going into it we probably weren't going to be able to beat it because of like the way that they described the setup, and like we didn't have a whole lot of time to plan it all out. We were just trying to get our feet wet in it. It'll probably take us a little bit for us to know how to beat it and to grow a little bit and have the right teams.
Yeah.
But it was a tough fucking raid, and I
Later,
like
Biscuit.
the challenge.
Sorry.
I like not having a raid where you can just go in and throw whatever team and auto your way through most of it, you know, or sim it. So it's a cool new way to do it. But they said that they had 136 completions from the guilds that were able to beat it. So I don't know how many guilds there are out there, but that's not very many to have actually beaten it.
No.
Those guilds put out a total of 136.9 billion damage, and they're going to continue to watch the overall performance of the of guilds in that mode. Hopefully they watch ours and do some stuff to help us out, because it's going to be a tough battle. They're also going to be monitoring the release of the Relic 8 and reviewing feedback as it comes in. I feel like, I don't know if you saw any of the drops for the rewards. It didn't seem great.
No.
If you weren't in the top like 5 to 10 maybe. Anything else, it was like, all right, this is like not very that good. You know, you're getting the Relic 8 stuff, but besides that, like, it's kind of just like generic gear if you're under the 10th rank. So that's gonna be something they have to look at, because the big thing of this was they're trying to redistribute the way the rewards were set up so that, like, it's not this like cutthroat thing between guildmates that like you are able to get some good stuff out of it, but it doesn't seem like that really hit this first time around.
Okay, well, it seems like they're tinkering with it, so we'll see. Yeah, it was. Well, it was. I mean, I didn't do anything. I did like jack shit damage. I think the most I did was like 260,000, and I didn't have many characters too, because they all have to be minimum relic 5.
Yeah, the relic 5 requirement was like definitely kind of like came out of nowhere for most of us. I think we thought like you're gonna need relic 5 to do any damage, but like you should be able to take all your stuff in. But like it was like, oh no, that's the floor. Like it has to be relic 5 or you can't use the character. You know, it's like a rarity requirement or whatever. So that was kind of like surprising, I think, to a lot of people kind of going into it.
I think it makes sense. There's not relic 7 or something. Like, I think relic 5. I don't know. I guess I'm not mad about it. And they are tweaking it as well. And this was designed to be like endgame content. You know, it'd be stupid, like you said, if we just steamrolled it the first try. And
right.
You know, there's going to be team comps that come out, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Mandalorian teams or something like that. Like, I don't know, some of the newer characters that are getting, the Mandalorian related characters had some kind of piece in
I agree.
That could very well be.
The new Mando that came out today has got like some features in it that I think are going to be like high quality for that raid. So
yeah. Jor-El got 1 million. Nice.
I had a couple. I had a good run at the beginning with Padme. Padme seems to be like clutch in that first round of fights. Like if you can get all your guildmates to kind of go in all at once, hold damage until like pretty much all of them are done with that thing, and they all get like between 3 to 6% damage in there, and then like all post at once, then you can get over like the issue of like the thing getting stronger and ramping up throughout that phase. Once you clear 20% damage and you're like in the 80% area, then they start getting harder and harder to beat. So people were posting damage like constantly, some by mistake or not really knowing the mechanics yet.
Yeah.
And it just made it harder and harder for you. So like for me, I did a run where I had like 4% damage with Padme, like right when it started. But the bot that we used to track tickets like kicked me. So I had to redo it. When I came back in, it was at like 72%. So like I couldn't do the same damage that I could do when I first went into it. So it gets harder and harder as you go. That's why you have to like pick a time where like pretty much your whole guild is there ready to go in all at once. And then do some kind of like reporting system so that you know when everybody's done with the battle, and then just shout post, so that you can hopefully like clear almost all of P1 right at once.
Yeah, interesting. I didn't realize that. I just have been busy and didn't read the mechanic.
Well, we didn't do a lot of like work on it beforehand. It was like it came out quick, and you had tickets and they were maxed. It's like, well, let's just run this thing,
Yeah,
and
get
then
your
see
feet
what
wet.
happens. Yeah, exactly. So like, well, I think we'll be able to coordinate a little better for next time, but it'll have to be on a weekend because like all of these guilds, like for us, like we're international, so like we have so many different time zones. We got to pick a spot where we can all like kind of dedicate like a good chunk of time to posting these things, like at least to get through like 2 phases. And then do the other 2 phases the next day, because if you can't all get on, you're gonna just like shoot yourself in the foot, because you're gonna get into that danger zone where like the Rancor ramps up and he's much harder to beat. So
yeah, that's a good point. And honestly, like it's inspired me. Like I started relicking up my Padme. My Padme was only like I think R3, so I want to get her at least to 5 anyway, and try to use her next time around. Because I have a decent supporting cast that are relic 5 or higher. So
yeah,
but that's good to know. Next time we'll coordinate better and keep improving.
Yeah. One of the things that I picked up too once we got into phase 2 of the raid is like you have to watch as soon as you go in. Like, does the Rancor have Devour like on immediately, because he's going to immediately eat one of your characters. So like what I did is like I went in and then he ate Jedi Luke immediately. I was like, oh shit. So I just like quit that one because Devour was ready to go. I just threw Lando in by himself. He ate Lando, and then I brought my team in and I did like 2.5 million.
Damn.
Like,
okay.
So like you got to kind of like know what's going on too.
Yeah.
And like also like pick somebody who can send one of those useless characters in, so that the next like 20 people who are going to be attacking at that next time don't have to deal with Devour. So like, it's a pretty like important thing to watch. It's like, okay, I got a Relic 5 Roast Tico here. Let's just throw her in as an appetizer.
Right.
He can eat her, and then all 20 of us can like throw damage out at once.
Right.
Coordination's gonna have to be there for
Right.
pretty long term, I think.
Yeah, Devour's gone. Hit it.
Yep.
Let's get caught up on chat here. So, Boba Fett, another Awakened member. Welcome.
Yeah.
He said that Darth Bane rode a Rancor. Did not know that. And Flex, do you think the new raid is foreshadowing a Rancor showing up in the Mandalorian this Friday?
I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Could be. We don't know.
If there's a, I don't know if I should get into spoilers right now, but like I have some predictions for later on.
Yeah, let's talk about it later. That way, just in case,
Yeah.
anybody hasn't got caught up yet.
I would be surprised.
Yeah. So yeah, then we have we didn't finish it. Our guild didn't finish the raid, but
Nope.
a lot of people did. A few people did. Anyway, handful of people. We'll improve. But yeah, so this is all kind of. I haven't even read this to be full disclosure here. So we've got the Mandalorian Beskar armor is coming to the holotables. Pretty cool. I think this is pretty much what everybody was expecting, or a lot of people. We kind of speculated that on our previous episodes this could be.
Yeah.
Is probably coming.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just like when I first like look at it, I'm like interested in the fact that the factions they gave him are different than I expected. Like I thought he's gonna have a bounty hunter tag for sure. Like why wouldn't he have a bounty hunter tag? Like it's a show about a bounty hunter, but like there's no bounty hunter tag. He's a scoundrel.
Yeah.
But he's a scoundrel leader, which gives him a lot of versatility for other teams. It actually opens it up to a lot. Because there's already, for me, I'm like, there's already enough bounty hunter leaders out there. There's already a Mandalorian bounty hunter leader, like, so why not have something that can fill in some other voids?
I'm sure Clash of the Scoundrel Discord server, he's got to be fully torqued for this, and be interesting to see what he does with other scoundrels. And they even, synergies they recommend: IG-11, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Nest, Infant's Nest, as I like to say, and L3 are like some of the recommendations. But I liked what CG did. They it didn't make a whole lot of sense for me because I didn't listen to the podcast when it was released. But we had the reveal, or I guess the debut of CG Doja Fett. He was on the Galactic War Report podcast, and they did like a pre-recorded video or interview with him. It's like 20 minutes long, where he just kind of like let everybody know what the rollout of the character was going to be like. In summary, essentially, it's going straight to the journey guide forever.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, no
I wish
waiting
they would do that
around.
more often.
Yeah, I think, and the common theme they spoke about in the interview was that they wanted to make this accessible and not be like this huge gear crunch issue for most people. They want, the Mandalorian is in the focus. Obviously it's season 2. It's a popular show. They want people to be able to get these characters and play with them, which is cool. These
people are going to come to the game who are just watching the show. Like they don't really care about like the whole big end of the game. Like they don't want to have to jump into this whole like world, like they want to play with these characters they see on the show. It's such a smart thing to do, I think, for this kind of a release.
Yeah, and
I don't think it needs to do this all the time.
Right.
I mean, I would love it where like your hero's journey things are like easy and there's no time frame on it, but like this one makes a lot of sense because of the show. And I wonder if this is going to be like a cadence they keep up with for like the new shows that they're going to be releasing too.
Good point. That's a good point, which we're going to talk about later as well. They released 9 new Star Wars things that are information about them. Yep. But another thing too, which I thought was cool or kind of surprising, is that the price for admission to the event to unlock Beskar armor Mandalorian, which also is it's a hero's journey. So similar to like Jedi Knight Luke, and Rey. Rey's a hero's journey as well, right? JTR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, CLS, and what are the other heroes' journeys? I don't know offhand.
Both Revens, right?
Well, those are legendary events. I think they're
okay,
yeah. But I think Rey is a hero's journey as well. I may be wrong. But yeah, so the requirements for it is that the characters are 7-star, and you need Grief, Karga, Cara Dune, Queel, IG-11, the Mandalorian, the brown armor version of the Mandalorian. And the only hard requirement is that they're 7 stars. And the recommendation is level 85, gear 10, and at least 5 dot mods. So
It's not bad.
not bad at all. That is not bad at all.
You don't need the whole team at Relic 5.
No, right. That's kind of what that is kind of what I was expecting, like something like that. Like you had to have them at least relict, and that's what I was kind of like. I don't know. I'm just gonna farm the characters to 7-star, and they're not exactly gonna fit perfectly into my farming schedule. But this is doable. You know, this is not too bad. Granted, Queel and IG-11 are gonna be. It's gonna be a while before they're 7-starred for sure. But and then speaking more on that, the characters are already. Queel and IG-11 haven't been farmable yet. So Queel and IG-11 will be available as additive drops on all Cantina nodes from December 16th through January 6th.
Oh, yeah.
Queel and IG-11 will then move to hard nodes as the additive drops on Cantina nodes end on January 6th.
It's such a good way to do it. Like they're just like they're figuring this stuff out as they go, and like I think all of us have hated how slow it can be to get the ones off of marquee onto farmable. In this way, you get excited for it. You're pushing your refreshes. They're gonna sell crystals. It's just, why weren't they always doing this? But like I'm glad that they got this figured out, because like I might actually like push my Cantina farm a little bit.
Yeah, it's a move in the right direction. I think. Just the tough part is, I don't know if you agree with this, but like, trying to work these characters into the farming schedule as a player who may be going for one or more Galactic Legends or have other, I guess that's really the only issue, is just trying to figure out like how you're going to allocate your resources.
Right.
You don't want to really derail your Galactic Legend farm to farm up these characters, because we don't really know. We don't know if they're going to be these transcendent, game-changing characters, but they got to be pretty good, you would have to think. Yeah. But we'll
all
see.
The new stuff is just seems like it's all pretty much good, if you gear them appropriately and put them on the right team.
Yeah. Flex said that he read that you should be able to 7-star them by the end of the event with 2 Cantina refreshes a day. That'd be sweet. I wouldn't be mad about that.
Yeah.
That'd be very doable, especially if you're getting first in one or more, squad arenas or fleet arenas. You could make it happen. Or spend money, whatever. Okay, what else stood out to you in the State of the Galaxy?
The Mando kit was like big, but that's like kind of separate, I guess. They mentioned a new character at the end of it.
Yes.
Or they hinted at a new character at the end of it, the Armorer.
I think they overtly said that the Armorer is going to be in the game.
They hinted at it and gave you the exact picture of that character. It's like,
right.
Okay, cool. I'm down.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah. It's a cool, like, kind of hints to give you. It's like, where does she fit? Because obviously she's got some fighting ability. She fought off them and was a badass.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, what faction does she fit into that exists right now? Do they have to create a new faction of Mandalorian? Because I don't really know where she fits. She's not really a scoundrel. Like, she's not going out there and, like, cutting it up with these bounty hunters, really.
Well,
she's basically, like, there to, like, prepare the technology for them. And she fights.
I think the name Boba Fett asked what her name will be. I think the Armorer would be dope, honestly. Like, I don't know. I mean, like it's kind of similar to the Mandalorian. They call him the Mandalorian. His real name is Din Djarin, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think that would be badass. I don't know. I wouldn't. I'm excited for her to be in the game. I'm interested though too. Yeah, the factions are going to be. That's a big question there. I mean, she's definitely going to be light side, but beyond that, you'd think the Mandalorian tag would be something. I mean, and especially now, like, just to put on the spoiler cap a little bit, like this is not spoiler as far as like leaked information about the Mandalorian, but this is just information about the season 2 of Mandalorian. So if you haven't watched season 2 or you're not up to date, I would skip forward a little bit. But there are just so many Mandalorians now, even from season 1. I mean, the the heavy artillery guy that's played by Tate Fletcher and voiced by Jon Favreau, like he could be in the game. Of course, Bo-Katan and company could be in the game.
OG, like Old Man Boba,
which we're gonna get into. Like that could totally, like, just that alone, just those characters alone, could be huge for this game and totally change. Put bounty hunters up there with just about anybody. Outside of Galactic Legends, or possibly even be some kind of a Galactic Legend counter. That's not unreasonable to think that they could be something like that. Like just as much as Watt or which we haven't talked about either. Moff Gideon coming into the game. Like, I guess we didn't really talk about his kit at all, but like he's countering Galactic Legends apparently if he's super fast. I've heard so. Very interesting. There's a lot of options for CG and Star Wars to bring new characters into the game. So,
yeah, I would say, like, I'm sure something's going to happen with this character in the last episode of Mando to give us like a little bit more about like potential kit. But like, we talked earlier, like I think her as like a Watt type character could be cool. Like giving boosts out, giving tech out to the different characters. That'd be like a good use for something like this.
Yeah.
But unlike Watt, she is a combatant. She fights too. So I don't see it being purely just like a non-combatant kind of character.
Giving out like tech would be cool. Curtis in chat agrees, like giving out armor or like kind of like increased protection mechanic or something like that wouldn't be crazy. And then even it totally makes sense, a weapons tech of some kind, given that she literally gave Mando all kinds of armor or weaponry and stuff. So
but like he could be like somebody that shares weaponry between them. It's like, so like the new Mando's got whistling birds, but now Bosk has whistling birds, and IG-88 has whistling birds.
You get a jetpack. You get a jetpack.
Yeah, like spread all of it around.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. Interesting stuff, man, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I'm sorry, I'm just reading this as you guys are. Well, maybe you've already read it. Let's see. So early 2021 plans. Does this just talk about the armor?
Yeah, not too much there.
Okay.
Just saying that they plan on releasing some new game modes maybe.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
In 2021. So, and then somewhere in here they talked about like Galactic Challenges being twice a week, I think. Too.
Oh yeah, yep. I did hear that. That's cool. And that's another thing we didn't really talk about. The Galactic Challenges, the new update took place where they, if you can, the little tweaks they made, they did a couple things. So the highest tier that you complete, you get credit for the lower tiers beneath it, just from completing the whatever tier. So if you complete tier 5, you get all of the rewards from the lower tiers. And the get credit for the same feats, which I like because I
thought it was kind of nice.
Yeah, you don't have to sit there and just waste time doing tier 1s if you can do them easily. If your account's at that point. And then the other big change is that the reward structure, you get a big crate at the end of the event. What did you think about either of those changes. Or
I mean, I definitely like the beat the higher tier feats, get all of them from lower, because like it just takes time that like I don't want to do on these battles that like don't challenge me at all, you know. So I like that part of it. The reward crate thing was fine. I don't know, like it was a little confusing because I even texted you at one point. I'm like, do I have to claim this crate? Like, where's my rewards? And so like that was just like a small getting used to it kind of thing. I thought both of those changes were fine though. Like it gives you like a point where you can see like, oh, I'm gonna upgrade considerably if I can like get 3 more of these springy looking things, you know.
Right.
If I like move some mods around and like change leadership, maybe I can have an advantage here and beat this and like get the next higher crate. So like that was kind of cool. Adds like a different dynamic to it. I thought that was fine.
Yeah. And thank you, Bobblefett, for hopping on. We appreciate it. Have a good one, man. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. I thought they were fine changes. I guess what I thought was going to be like the feature of these changes was going to be efficiency of time. Like I was just going to save time doing the events but really I don't think I spent any less time doing them because it like incentivized me like, oh, I only need 15 more of these little scan card things or whatever to get the higher crate. So I like did way more attempts. I feel like if anything, I probably spent more time playing it, which is on me.
I did too. Yeah.
I don't know.
It was also like a team that like with Empire, there's so many different things you can do. Like changing the leaders changes that team like considerably. You know, like if you have a Thrawn lead versus like a Vader lead, like the team changes a lot, you know? So like, you got to go run it like 3 or 4 times to see if like you're able to do it and like pick the right kill order. So like, I don't know. Some of the other factions I feel like I wouldn't have spent as much time with, but I did because Empire has so many different leads.
Yeah. Empire's very, you're right. Diverse in that sense.
I also was trying to take advantage of the bug that was in for a bit. I think they fixed it.
They did.
Sunday.
They did.
But like on Saturday, like I even posted about it. I was like, holy shit. One of our guildmates was saying that like, you know, the snowtrooper was getting called as like the 5th Empire, so you could just throw in any random character. So like I put gas in there and he just destroyed. So like I was able to beat 2 higher tiers than I really should have because I took advantage of that bug. So.
I'm calling CG. Sorry, man. Your account's getting banned. You're next.
They saw it on our Instagram when I posted it. I'm like, God, the Beeroes have foiled us again.
So interesting story about CG and the Galaxy of Beeroes podcast. So there's been a lot of chatter, you know, about them coming on the Galaxy of Beeroes podcast and you know being guests and you know people can't stop talking about it like it's you know this big thing and like we actually had an interview lined up with we were going to be actually the exclusive premiere of CG Doja Fett. But unfortunately they did something that none of our guests have ever done, and they actually listened to our old episodes. And they basically, just to summarize, you guys, it was a long-winded email with lots of jargon in it, but they basically said, hey, we appreciate the offer, but we're going to decline. We listened to one of your last episodes, and a Brick Hard Meat said that Gina Carano would make him cum dust. And apparently that is not aligned with Disney's agenda or CG's, and they said, yeah, we were going to pass. A hard pass. Brick hard pass. And that was kind of insulting to say brick hard pass, to use a pun on my stupid name. Like, I'm the one... We do that. You don't do that. And so
don't come to our toilet reaching and pull out our shit. This is our shit, man.
Yeah, so they're not going to come on the show, guys. I'm sorry. It's just not. It's not going to happen. It's not in the cards.
They're like, did you see the Disney logo on the loading screen?
We're like, yeah, but we're drunk idiots. I don't know.
Have you seen The Lion King? There's all kinds of fucking sexual stuff in that.
Well, I wanted to flip it back around on that. I'm like, okay, listen. Every Disney movie, parents are dead. There's orphaned kids that get handed off to some, shitty person that, they have to rise above. So yeah, I'm a bad guy because I said something about cum and dust. Whatever, man. Anyway,
it was the 6th FMK that got them, I think.
And the FM, they said that the FMKs for the uninitiated, the fuck, marry, kills of the Night Sisters. We've played that game a few times. You got to fuck one, you got to marry one, you got to kill one, you got to pick a Night Sister. So it's a really fun game, and they weren't humored by it. So it's.
What are you gonna do?
Anyway, I just get my mind off of it.
We cried. We, had a meal and we moved on.
That's right. Speaking of, you want to get another beer and maybe say some more regrettable things?
Yeah, sounds good. Can we break for a bathroom break too?
Let's do it, man. We'll break. We'll be right back, y'all.
All right, cool.
We'll be right back.
Just kidding, guys. I'm not going to leave you high and dry here. I'm going to get caught up on chat. I've got an empty bladder, so I'm good. Crazy. Yeah, I hope the new modding materials will become more available. In chat, you asked if they were going to become more available. I think Galactic Challenges are a natural good place for good source of that currency to be introduced or eventually. But that's also a big ask, you got to have R5 and above, RC, I don't know, R7s to get it. It's already difficult to get. But yeah, I hope there's more of it coming, and it can be easier to get or through other, it's already available in Galactic Challenges, of course. I guess I worded that kind of weird. Like, it would be nice to get get it from other sources, whether that's the Rancor raid, the new challenge tier or something, or assault battles, higher tiers or something like that. Yeah, I did not look at I haven't looked at the Mando kit yet, Flex. I definitely want to see that, mentioning the damage input or the damage immunity ability is clutch, could make it
oh my gosh,
viable against some metas.
Yeah, it could actually be a good team for challenge tier Rancor too.
Yeah, so we'll. I'm excited to read that kit. I mean, we're not going to do a full kit analysis because we're not good at that, and it's not really. I don't know. I think just kind of going over the basics of it.
Yeah, sounds good.
So Mandalorian is a Mandalorian in quotation or in parentheses. I'm sorry. Beskar armor. Light side attacker, leader, scoundrel, like we talked about. Some of the highlights: boosts a full scoundrel squad to new heights. Whistling birds, which of course is the sweet weapon that he has attached to his forearm that shoots out like gnarly hellfire missiles that look sweet and blow people up.
Stacking too.
Oh, it's stacking. Okay.
Yep.
They're effective at eliminating elusive high-value targets, it says. Wonder of the Force provides survives flexible survivability by granting damage immunity to any scoundrel ally. So that's what Flex was mentioning. Sounds like that's pretty dope. Kind of like handing out Droideca's damage immunity, or I guess there's a few characters that have damage immunity anyway. But
and this is where I see him leading Han and Chewie in challenge tier Rancor with damage immunity. If you put it on at the right time, it could really get that team through that hard hit.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Tenacity up for 2 turns, also on that ability. That's the one that seems like it comes out of Baby Yoda, right? He's right there, and it's I think he's the one giving that one.
Yeah, I saw that the animation. Where do they show that shit?
It's in the kit reveal. He's got the animation of it. So he shows up in his little transport thingy, his little egg, and gives the wonder of the Force ability off.
Where the fuck is it? Kit reveal. I was just at the kit reveal. I hate this.
And that's the one where it's the healing immunity, physical damage, You do lose 1 stack of whistling birds for every enemy damaged that way, though. That's an awesome move, though. I think
Yeah, for sure.
The thing with like having a scoundrel lead like this is there's so many options to like pull together. It's I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a big thing for GAC and possibly challenge G Rancor.
Where am I stupid? Oh, here we go. Jesus Christ! Sorry about that. I kept clicking on the state of the galaxy, not the kit reveal. I'm sorry. I'm new to this internet machine. Wow. So he's using Death Strike. I'm playing the animations of the kit on the podcast. I don't know if we're gonna get sued by CG for doing this, but okay, pretty sweet. So he pulls out the vibro blade. Ooh, yeah, discipline setup.
Well, that one's got DOT on it too, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
for a basic,
Yeah, that's
and
dope.
then like you get a second attack if they were debuffed.
Ooh, these animations are sexy. Damn, this is looking sweet. Whistling Birds looks real dope.
It's right in that same spot where like that scene took place too. The first time you used the Whistling Birds, you know, like it's so cool.
Oh yeah, here's Baby Yoda, or spoilers, I guess.
Spoiler section.
Yeah, we'll say it later. I don't want to fuck it up for anybody.
If you're listening to this podcast, we're gonna talk some stuff.
Yeah, talking some shit. Wonder of the Force, pretty sweet. Okay,
that one's cool though because it ignores stealth, doesn't it? The
Wonder of the Force.
Yeah. One of them ignores stealth.
Yeah, they mentioned it.
Oh, it was the swift takedown. Ignores stealth.
Okay. Oh, nice. That's sweet. So you can just hit somebody who's stealth with a pretty nasty.
Yep.
That's rad.
Get that Sith assassin out of there. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say like a pretty cool kit overall. Like I think it's got a lot of potential. I don't know if it's game breaking necessarily, but there's a lot to it.
Yeah, until a lot of that stuff is like in the wild, we won't quite know. But interesting stuff.
I'm not smart enough to figure it out either.
Sure, me neither. All right, so GAC recap.
Yeah, you want to open beer number 2?
Yeah, let's do it, and then we'll talk some We'll talk some shit.
Talk GAC.
Talk some GAC. All right, we're gonna go back to our normal screen. Here we are.
All right, our next beer is called Headlands. It is a black IPA, and Headlands is 6.66% alcohol, much like the Diabolical from North Peak, not to be confused with North Pier Brewing.
This is North Pier, though.
North Pier. This IPA is as dark as the night sky with Sabro and Amarillo hops. It offers a nose of reminiscent orange candy and redwood forest. It has balanced bitterness and a touch of roastiness that rounds out the palate. Definitely roasty. Someone's got a porter like aroma to it.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's a Cascadian. Dig it. Yeah, no, that's real good.
What'd you just say?
Cascadian.
Cascadian.
It's called the Cascadian Dark Ale, the black IPAs. It's kind of like a term they use.
Oh, look at you with your beer terms. Definitely getting like a coffee taste, sort of. I don't know. A little coffee.
It's got a pretty cool label on it too. It's like kind of Constellation vibes, with a couple bears and a wolf on it, I think.
Curtis Blow, Cascadian Andor. Not far off. Not far off.
Sounds like a Dom Brewing beer name coming at you.
Save it. And Flex said the best part is the whistling bird targets the weakest enemy once the target is defeated. Oh, nice. Okay. That's right. Oh, that is really cool. I gotcha.
So do all enemies get hit with that, or is it like a certain, just like kind of random?
I don't know.
Just an AoE?
So final text. The Mandalorian gains 1 stack of whistling birds for each enemy, max 20 stacks. and he may only use Swift Takedown the next time he uses an ability. Until the Mandalorian uses Swift Takedown, he can't assist or counterattack. He ignores Stealth, Taunt. He gains 1 stack of Whistling Birds whenever an enemy takes damage. Max 20 stacks. Okay. Deal true damage to target enemy for each stack when using Swift Takedown. So it doesn't sound like it's an AoE per se. I don't know. I don't really know. I'm a dumb person. Again, this is why we don't read kits. Why are you asking me questions about kits? I gotta play with this shit to understand it.
On Tuesday. This is not our business.
Right.
We don't do this shit.
Yeah, the gambits or gum or fine or fatal or something. Somebody's gonna speak intelligently about this shit.
Yeah, we're not that person.
We are not.
That podcast.
We are not.
These are not the podcasters you're looking for.
Right. Nailed the joke. Yeah. GAC.
That's something we can do.
Yes.
You know what?
We can talk about our
GAC for the first time in a long time. I usually say I don't want to talk about it, Brick. I want to talk about this one.
You do want to talk about it.
I do.
I'm excited.
Yep. First of all, going back
I'm
to
Brick
5v5,
hard meat, if you know what I'm saying.
Your meat is real hard.
Yes, sir.
Going back to 5v5 for sure was like a thing that got me excited again.
Hell yeah.
I always kind of get excited for 3v3, and then I'm like, nah, I'm good. And I just completely take a shit in all of it. But glad that's back. The feats are doable. It's not Night Sisters or something stupid that I can't do.
Watch your mouth.
I actually was hyping Night Sisters with a few people in the Murder Bears today. I was like, I think that's a faction you should go for.
You came to your senses.
I'm not going to farm them, but I think you should.
Double drops?
Yeah. They're easy to farm. A lot of offensive possibilities. I think I'm going to put them on defense. I'm like, yeah, but there's so many counters for them. Just leave them on offense. Anybody can counter it with anything they have. Just save them for offense.
Yeah, they counter most lower GP things.
They punch up pretty well too in some areas.
For sure.
All right, so overall, I had a good round. I decided early this time that I was going to set some kind of random, really hard team that I don't think my opponent could beat in one shot.
Nice.
And I was like, I think what I'm going to do is try to one-shot everybody and then just throw down trash and one thing that'll really screw them over. So what I did for the first opponent was my Jedi Knight Luke team. I was like, I feel like I'm always using this team and it's overkill with the opponents that I have. If they don't have a Galactic Legend, I think I'm going to throw them on defense and just see what happens. And it worked wonderfully. The entire set of 3. I set him on defense in the back, the bottom, and the south. I set some kind of decoys in the front, come at this, and then kind of get tripped up. So in the first match, that was actually the hardest opponent in the entire group. I got him first. So I'm like, if I beat this guy, I'll probably have a clear path to taking it all the way to the championship. So I was able to one-shot everybody on his defense. So I just needed 1 hold. I thought Luke would get it. He did. I won. It was pretty tight. 21-11 to 20-62. Nice.
That's awesome.
The next match, this guy was kind of weak. I kind of felt bad for the guy, to be honest. When he got into the matchup, he had a Padme team that was gear 12, with 2 gear 13s. I'm like, I could probably beat this on my ult, to be honest. He had a decent fleet, but I ended up getting 2 holds in front on top with my Akbar rebels, and then 4 holds with Luke. So it was kind of a bloodbath, 2098 to 1302. And then match 3 of the championship, he was pretty good. He did not have a whole lot of fleet. He had a 5-star negotiator, and then pretty decent ships on the secondary ones, but I don't know, they can't really beat a negotiator. He ended up, I was watching him as he was battling me. He ended up taking my front south pretty quick and then stopped. And I was like, oh, did he get scared of my Luke? And he's like, I'm going to hold off a little bit, but I'll get back to it. And I cleared him. It was kind of messy. I two of the squads that he put on defense took me 2 attempts. His Padme, I did Padme and Padme, and I was over geared and I lost. I had to kind of clean up afterwards, and I lost to his Grievous. I had to clean up with something. So I
Bad
had two
mirrors can get ugly, man.
Yeah. I had 2 fails that I had to clean up. So it was like, he can probably beat me. So I kind of messaged him like, I think you got me. Like I was kind of like not good on efficiency. He ended up one-shotting my Luke. Like he pulled all of his teams together and did that. But then he couldn't beat my 5-star negotiator. So he couldn't clear my fleet zone. So I won that one 20-59 to 18-68. And I took first place.
Nice. That's awesome, man.
Which I haven't won a round in so long.
It feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It really does.
I think more than making Kyber, like consistently getting if you can get first place, like just even once, it just feels so good. Like the rewards are really good. Like the mod materials are incredible.
Oh, totally.
Like you basically can get a 6E. You would basically get a 6E mod just for winning.
Yeah,
like,
immediately because you get 20 of the pulse modulators.
And those are really hard to get. Yeah, or they're just. I mean, they're not hard to get. They're just resource.
Yeah, but I don't want to burn guild tokens on that. Like I need to.
Right.
Get
There's other things.
Yeah.
You need
hollow projectors that I can turn into heat sinks. That's the grind.
Right. That's awesome, man. Sweet. So 3-0.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Good start.
Very nice.
How was yours?
Yes, I went 3-0 as well. It was a fun week. Like it was, like you said. I mean, just glad to be back in 5v5 and be able to game plan for it. I'm not comfortable game planning a consistent like winning strategy in 3v3. Like I just can't. Like I don't know. I'm just still working on it.
Too many slots to fill too. It's always like.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing shit out there because I don't really want to spend the time like thinking about it.
It's a lot of teams. It's really a lot of teams. Like it's too many for my brain to comprehend. And but 5v5, like it just felt really good to be back. I had heard a lot of different like content creators talking about like how they were going to prepare for 5v5 and like the Gambit guys and a few other like end all be all Clusso had mentioned that in the first week coming back to 5v5, there's a month off since 5v5 was around, so a lot of people have upgraded their rosters, and their approach was going to kind of be like to go pretty heavy on offense and just put some decent stuff on defense, but nothing crazy.
Right.
But I think that made more sense for them. Doesn't necessarily make sense for me, which is something that. I think is important as if you take this game seriously, or if like you're a GAC player, then you want to get better. Like, not everybody's experience in the game mirrors yours. Like in many ways, those guys are playing a different game than I am. Like their opponents are just they're way higher GP, obviously, way more things at their disposal. But sure, I mean there's things that are universally known throughout the game for players of all GP levels, but for me, like looking at my opponents, scouting my opponents was still valuable a month ago. Like and all 3 of my opponents were very predictable except for one. I basically predicted 2 out of my 3 opponents' defenses like verbatim.
Yeah.
Just one guy changed things up and still lost. So I went 3-0, got full clears. I only failed 1 attack from all 3 rounds, and actually it was kind of funny. It was it was a Watt led. It's that Watt, Django, Dooku, Droideka.
Mm-hmm.
I forget who the 5th was. Team, and I took CLS in trying to get the feat.
Newt lead.
Yeah. And I absolutely wrecked the whole team. Like I took CLS in, and I was trying to get the R2 C3PO, Chupio team, Chupio feat, And I wrecked the team, and it was just down to Django. But Django gets his contract and damage immunity for X amount of turns.
Yeah.
And there's so much turn meter reduction with the CLS team and stuns that I could not get him I couldn't get him to take a turn. So I just got locked.
That's the worst.
So it was like 4 minutes of just like them just going ham on Django and just him
Nothing.
not getting a turn. Yeah,
Oh, it's
every
horrible.
time he'd get like
I've been there.
95% turn meter, and then CLS would come in with a base, or I don't know, whatever ability he has that reduces turn meter and just completely wipe his. So it was just, if it wasn't for that one, I would have made all of my attacks one attempt, which would have been cool. But anyway,
I really wonder sometimes if I should remod Django during GAC so that he's like super slow, you know? 'Cause that would be a pain in the ass. Kind of like how Nest, you don't want to put any like speed secondaries on her.
Yeah, right.
Like just make him super slow. So like immediately he's not taking turns and he's basically just tanking his way through everything, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if I've actually encountered that before. I feel like I've lost to that. I've definitely lost to Nest because of that, because I just had too many stuns and she could never take a turn, and I fractured her at one point and like timed out against. So I timed out against that team. But other than that, I mean, I got all one shots, 3-0. It just felt good, you know. It was similarly to you. I've been liking the strategy of putting in the bottom zone 2 like decent teams in front, and then 1 or 2 much stronger teams behind that, like blocking them, you know. So sort of setting a trap.
Yeah.
Like in the last round, I put Padme in the front with my I went with a Dooku led separatist team who's relicked with Watt. I don't know if the leadership really matters. They're not getting holds with Nest, but I think they command a good team. Like, I think they command a good team to take them out. So I put those 2 in front, hoping that I could like bait out my opponent's Darth Revan, or definitely Padme, because given the history, they like to use Padme on Padme. So if I could get rid of Padme, in the back I had Darth Revan and Grievous waiting for them.
Oof.
Which they one-shotted, but then they had jack shit left for the top. They failed on, I put JTR on defense, just gear 12, and got 2 holds, and they were done. They couldn't
even get to fleets?
They couldn't even get to fleets, yeah.
Nice.
So it felt good. You know, that's the thing that I missed, like about the thing that I wasn't able to do in 3v3 is like set reliably strong defenses. Mm-hmm. It was good to be like back in 5v5 and be able to do that again, because that's that's my favorite part of GAC. I think it's like outwitting my opponent, like, you know, just, you know, strategizing against their roster. I don't know, that's my favorite part.
I see, for me, like my group that I pulled, once I got through that first guy, I'm like, I'm good. Like everybody else in this group, like I don't know who I'm gonna get, but like I can basically throw Luke down and it's gonna like win. Well, as long as I can like clear him, I'm all set.
Well, think about it. Like I love that you're doing that, because I'm trying to do a similar thing, but like Luke, like Jedi Knight Luke, what counters him really? Like what team are you putting down? You're putting down, is it?
So it's Jedi Knight Luke, Gas, Hoda.
Oh fuck.
Old Ben, and Jedi Knight Revan. So
Jesus Christ!
Team. There's like a lot of like it splits up a lot of teams.
Yeah.
But like nobody
that's
can.
Crazy, man.
Hardly nobody can one shot it. Like the guy that on my last round that one shot it, I was like, that's kind of impressive that you were able to do that, without having like a Galactic Legend. But I think what he saw it, he stopped, he researched, he came back and he beat it. Like I have. There's no complaints there. Like, good on you, man. Like,
yeah.
But then he got to my fleets and couldn't beat my my 5-star negotiator.
So you're
screwed up. So
you're using like it's basically like, what do they call it? A Titan team. It's a Titan team, because you're using like that's your Squad Arena team, right?
Yeah, it is. That's what I use in Squad Arena.
So yeah, that's crazy, because you're breaking up a lot of teams, but you could still use Shock T with your clones. You could use. Well, you don't have.
I did. I was able. I did a like solid attack with Jock T and my clones, and my clones really aren't awesome. They're all kind of like couple gear 12s, and then like gear 9. You know, like Echo and Arc Trooper are gear 9. So like, you kind of like have to know where you can use them to
know your limitations. Yeah.
But I keep Padme on offense. She's pretty reliable.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking on that opponent, I was like, I don't think he can clear me, as long as I can like piecemeal this together. I'll get the win, you know. And I did, you know. Like, it was not efficient. I failed once on Padme, I failed once on Grievous, and I still cleared him out, you know. I was actually a little concerned at the end. I had an Akbar lead team in the back with like a relic Leia, because he's going for Luke also. A couple other relic rebels, and all they had left was like bounty hunters. Like it was just like Bosk and like Boba and like a Gear 8 Cad Bane.
Stretching like the bottom of your roster.
I was really stretching, but one shot at it, I was like, okay,
Nice.
cool. Yeah.
Dude, I wouldn't be. I don't know. You went 3-0, so like, do what you're gonna. Obviously, do what you want to do, but like, that CLS with Chupio team in the back, just like replacing where you set your Jedi Knight Luke. If you're looking to put that team on defense, I think it's gonna give a lot of people trouble. Like,
Yeah.
like in my third round, I faced it. I predicted my opponent always sets a CLS team with 3PO in the back, all relict, and I had to use gas on it. Like, I wasn't gonna. I didn't have anything else that could reliably, I think, take it out. And I have higher relics too. But like, that team is nothing to be fucked with. Like, I went to the Gambit server, asked for advice because I just don't know. I don't know what defeats that team really. Like, it gets messy.
Now that I have this kind of like idea in mind, and it's not going to work every time, but like I have two different really hard teams that I can like switch in and out. It's like it'll keep people guessing that are like checking my .gg.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to know what to do. If I have a Galactic Legend, I keep Luke. If I don't have a Galactic Legend, I could throw down the CLS team.
Yeah, I mean that's the only downside of that what do you call it? Titan team that you put down is that you split up a lot of different teams.
Yeah.
But you could even put down CLS and then some type of a Jedi Knight Luke team that doesn't pull away from, gas, Jedi Knight Revan. That would be a really tough combination because like Jedi Knight Luke just is hard to beat, period. Like he's just not, for most people, and not a lot of people are seeing him on defense. So like, I don't know. I can't beat Jedi Knight Luke. That's a big
part of it too. Is like you don't know what to do with it. Like you can beat it. Like you have what you need to beat it, but you don't know how to beat it yet.
And that's what you're gambling on. It's like, is my opponent gonna do their due diligence and like figure out how to beat it, or are they just gonna try and throw one of their strong teams at it and hope for the best? Like, I think
what you
it's
look
a
at.
50-50
Like
it's coin flip.
You look at their squad arena, and if they're in the area where Luke's show up, they might have an idea. But if they're in the 200s, they have never faced a Jedi Luke. Right. They have no idea how to deal with it. So
it's good, man. You've got some. That's the nice thing about going for Jamal. I mean, that's the argument, is that you get a lot of really good teams out of it. Not just the Galactic Legend. I mean, look where you're at. You're almost getting your way to the price of admission to unlocking the character. Like, you have some really solid teams. You've got some great Rebel teams. You have Jedi Knight Luke, obviously. You have, Mon Mothma is coming up.
Yeah. I worry though, because I have my Luke team with gas, and I can beat two different squads in Squad Arena that have Jamal already, and I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm this far, I'm going to go for Jamal, but like, he's not doing anything for this team. Maybe he doesn't have the right mods, or he's not ultimate yet. That could be part of it.
Yeah.
Too.
I mean, shit, you're gonna use them. I mean, you're gonna get your use out of them for sure.
Especially in Lightside Geo, like might not be like the Squad Arena thing. I think too. Also, like some people like get them and they don't know how to like what lead to use. It seems like Revan's the lead to use, and then you put Luke and Gas, and sometimes Bastila and Hoda, depending on what you want to do.
Yes. All right. So that was GAC. Let's get into some Star Wars in general talk. What do you think?
Yeah.
This is going long. We're going to have to really abridge the Mando talk, I think, unfortunately.
Yeah, we can do that. That's fine.
All right, let's cue the Star Wars in general music. It's playing. All right, let's not get pulled from YouTube. All right, we're back. So I guess, what do you want to do first? You want to talk about Mando, or do you want to talk about the Star Wars?
I would say let's talk about the new Star Wars stuff first, and then we can get into Mando afterwards. Mando's a few days old already. At this point, people have already heard recaps. So I would say the new franchises is the thing. I feel like.
Yes, I agree.
So we have 9 new Lucasfilm projects revealed. it seemed like Disney was really hurting for some investor squirting, and they not only gave us a lot of what did you call it, cum dust for Star Wars, but they gave it to us for a lot of other Disney franchises too, which I don't know, like my 3-year lock-in of Disney Plus is looking pretty good right now because I feel like they're going to raise the price on us pretty soon. So but Star Wars got 9 new projects revealed, a couple of them that we had heard about already in rumors and like pseudo releases, and we want to talk about each one of those real quick.
Yes.
I'm going off of the StarWars.com reveals. First one was Rogue Squadron. Rogue Squadron is a story that will introduce a generation of starfighter pilots as they earn their wings and risk their lives in a boundary-pushing high-speed thrill ride and move the saga into a future era in the galaxy. I feel like this goes really well with the Squadrons video game. Like, I haven't played that game. I've watched Spice Den Twitch it, and it looks super fun. But I feel like that's going to be a good, like, kind of promotional thing there too. This one is led by Patty. Who was it? Patty Jenkins. Patty Jenkins is going to be the kind of leader on this one, showrunner. She's gonna be the director. She was involved in the Wonder Woman franchise.
Yeah.
So pretty big name there. I'm not huge into the like superhero films, so like, I mean, I know about Wonder Woman, but I haven't seen it. So
Yeah. Then we got Taika Waititi. He's getting his own film.
yeah,
A feature.
and this is a movie, right? That they're talking about
I think
for
so.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, they say a brand new Star Wars feature with acclaimed filmmaker, Academy Award winner Taika Waititi is in development. Taika's approach to Star Wars will be fresh, unexpected, and unique, said Kennedy. His enormous talent and sense of humor will ensure the audiences are in for an unforgettable ride. Which I agree. I love his sense of humor. Which
Yeah, I hope it's actually like kind of comedic. You know, like
yeah,
I hope it's got that kind of feel of
the Mando episodes he's
the
directed.
Mando stuff, and like his stuff on What We Do in the Shadows is great.
Oh yeah, dude, incredible.
So I feel like kind of lighthearted, funny thing will be cool.
Yes.
Next one is a huge one, and probably I would say the biggest of all.
Yeah.
The Obi-Wan Kenobi series with Ewan McGregor, and then they also officially announced that Hayden Christensen's going to be starring and returning as Darth Vader.
This is going to be dope as fuck. I mean,
hell yeah.
Can't wait. And it's Deborah Chow is going to direct it, which she's her episodes of the Mandalorian have been great, yeah,
fantastic, yeah. I do hope that Hayden Christensen has gone through some acting classes since the last time we saw him. I mean, he was good in like the third one, but
the other
one, so much.
Yeah, I think it could be good. I'm looking forward to it. So it's going to take place. It begins 10 years after the dramatic events of the Revenge of the Sith. So that is interesting. He's going to be like becoming even more further along in his Darth Vader adventure. So
yeah, I was hoping that would happen, not assuming, but hoping that would take place. And I was like, maybe, I don't know. It depends on like the budget they have, if they really can pull in like McGregor and Christensen. I mean, I don't think Hayden Christensen's doing a whole lot, but Ewan McGregor definitely is a busy guy, and like he can pull still like a lot of money. But like I'm glad they were able to pull both of them because it's an important part, and there's holes there that we don't know about, so it's going to fill in a lot of stuff that like I think fans everywhere would be interested in watching. So I feel like that's going to be like a trademark series. Like Mando is the trademark series now, but like there's all these other ones that might like replace it. Like, I don't know how long it's going to go on for, but like this is going to be like the pinnacle show, I feel like, for Disney Plus for sure, the Obi-Wan series.
I agree, and I'm interested to see. I mean, it's kind of funny, like Kathleen Kennedy referred to it as the rematch of the century, which a little bit of a grandiose term. We don't exactly know what happened, but we know that they both live and make it. They both live like a few decades after all of this happened. Yeah. So like, Sure, I'm sure they square off. What that looks like and how cool that is remains to be seen. But the writing on the wall. The writing is on the wall. That's gonna be dope.
I kind of want to see Obi-Wan get the shit beat out of him. Not that he deserves it, but like, Darth Vader's got to do some damage.
Well, Vader. It seems like he's in worse shape between maybe I don't know, like after Revenge of the Sith, and then when we see Vader again next in the series, like something happens in between there. Like, does he get maimed even further from Obi-Wan, or does Obi-Wan, get I don't know, some kind of a wound? I don't know. We'll have to see.
I just hope we get a replay of my favorite scene in Star Wars. I love it.
Yeah, they do a recap 10 years earlier. No. All right,
Last time on
right. Revenge of the Sith. So, Ahsoka. We're getting an Ahsoka series.
That was one where I was like, "Oh boy!"
Yeah,
because
dude.
as soon as she was announced in Mandalorian and it was Rosario Dawson, I'm like, she better be a big role in this.
You called it.
Or she's gonna get her own show. Like, she's too big of a name to just be like a one-off. Like, she's done 2 or 3 episodes and she's done. Like, they're not going to put the investment into her and the makeup and all the stuff without her getting a show. So, like, obviously.
Yeah.
And then the hints that they put in Mandalorian, there's going to be so much fucking drama in this show. And we're full spoilers at this point, right? So full spoilers, all this. When they talked about Thrawn in Mandalorian and like Ahsoka searching for him, like that's going to be the plot of the whole thing. Like, there's going to be a series with Thrawn, live action, and he's going to be like the main nemesis of the series. Couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. Written by Dave Filoni. That's his baby. So then there's Rangers of the New Republic, which is kind of vague. Like, it has a short write-up set within the timeline of The Mandalorian. This new live-action series from executive producers Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will intersect with future stories and culminate into a climactic story event. Then there's Lando.
What's the release year for that one? Is it going to be in?
I don't know. It didn't
22?
say. And when I'm reading, it doesn't say. And there's Lando, another series, young Lando, but they don't say who's who's cast as Lando. I hope it's our man Donald Glover, but
yeah, I think it's gonna be Donald Glover.
They don't mention him, which is
There's been some hints that it's gonna be him, anyways.
Yeah.
Especially with Justin Simeon as the like creator of the whole thing, like Dear White People, like Glover's already got connections there, anyways. So
okay.
I feel like it's gonna work out.
Then there's Andor.
It was a great show. Like, I feel like the scripting on this is gonna be pretty solid. Yeah, next one, Andor. Yep.
Yeah. Then there's Andor. I got to be honest, this is probably the one that I'm least interested in. I don't know.
It's funny because it was one of the first ones that they had talked about doing after Mandalorian. It was like the second thing that they talked about, and I was excited for it. I'm like, yeah, I want to see more of this like Rogue One series stuff and like more Rebel era things. But yeah, now that we're seeing all these other franchises come out, I'm like, yeah, maybe it's not one of the top ones I want to see.
Yeah. But just if I had to rank them, like, this would be towards the bottom. Cassian Andor, it's going to be more story about him, I guess. The Acolyte, I'm interested.
Did they say if that one's going to be like pre or post Rogue One? Pre, obviously, because yeah.
Right.
As I was saying, I was like, yeah. Never mind.
Right.
Moving on. Acolyte.
Yeah, the Acolyte, I'm interested. Just the word Acolyte makes me think Night Sister. Maybe I'm way off. I probably am. But, so yeah, the description is Leslie Headland, Emmy Award-nominated creator of the mind-bending series Russian Doll, brings a new Star Wars series to Disney Plus with The Acolyte. The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that will take the audience into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. I don't know much about the High Republic era.
That's going to be a new thing.
That sounds pretty sweet.
Those are the books that they're like writing right now.
Okay, I don't know if those are Night Sisters, but that just sounds really interesting to me.
It sounds Night Sister-esque.
Or it could be Sith. I don't know, something.
This
Sithy.
one actually, the way they wrote it up, actually was one of my top most excited for ones of all of them. And I don't know anything about any of the characters, but I'm like, okay, Leslie Headland. I loved Russian Doll. Russian Doll was fucking awesome. The writing, the cinematography in that is great. I always love like thrillers with mystery in them, so I think this would be a cool way to do a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
In an era that we're not familiar with, so like we don't have any preconceived notions about the characters. I feel like there's still a lot that could be done here. So.
Yep, and then we've got the Bad Batch. They're getting another series, their own series, I guess. It's an animated series on Disney Plus, which the Bad Batch was in the 8th season of the Clone Wars.
Which you just started.
I just started. Yeah, I'm in like episode 4, which I'm loving. I'm loving the Bad Batch so far. Like they're really cool characters, so I'm excited for this early on. Granted, I haven't finished the arc yet, but then there's Star Wars Visions, which is interesting as well. It's they're animated short films celebrating Star Wars through the lens of the world's best anime creators, which anime right now is crazy. Like there's a Transformers series that's created by some folks that do anime, and it doesn't look like your traditional anime. Like it looks crazy. It looks awesome. Like it's stunning when you look at it. Like so, I'm really interested to see what they do here. This kind of reminds me of what they did with the Samurai Jack creator when he was doing he did a Clone Wars animated series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is really sweet. Like anything I've seen from it is awesome. That's kind of what it's reminding me of, hopefully, but we'll see. Then there's a droid story. Who gives a fuck? R2-D2 and C-3PO. I don't know.
Is this the Gonk Droid one though?
I don't give a
or is
shit.
the Gonk Droid movie not happening?
I don't know. It says... I don't care. I don't know. If you want to read about it, you can. It's fucking stupid droids. And then
it's gonna be ending like the droid arc on Clone Wars, where it was like 3 or 4 astromechs and that stupid little droid.
And then this is not Star Wars related, but Willow is coming to Star Wars or coming to Disney Plus.
You've been a big Willow fan over the years, right?
I love me some Willow. I'm so stoked for this. Willow is. I gotta show. I keep forgetting. I have to show my son Willow and see what he thinks about it. He's gonna be terrified, or he's gonna love it.
I need to watch it again. Is it on Disney Plus?
I don't know. It's a Lucasfilm, so it's a crazy movie. It was a partnership with Lucas and Ron Howard. So they teamed up early in the 80s sometime and made this movie together.
Yeah.
And, 1988. And, goddamn, I'm so stoked. Like, Warwick Davis is coming back for it. You've got to imagine Val Kilmer's coming back as Mad Mardigan.
Oh, he's totally
reprising his... Has to. Love it. But, yeah, so that's it. We're going to talk about Mandalorian for about 5 minutes, because this is a long podcast.
I'm only at 1 hour and 46. We're good.
All right, we got 16 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know you got to work early. I have to go back to work tomorrow. I had the day off, but I have to go back to work tomorrow. So, maybe we can do an abridged
recap.
We don't have to go scene by scene, but
analysis.
Yes.
So we had 2 episodes we haven't talked about, right?
Yep. We're going into the Mando.
So
spoilers
for all things Mando.
We're spoiling shit, you dumb fuck. If you're spoiled for you, it's your own damn fault.
Yep. Mando music is playing.
I was going to tell you need to shorten it because
it's too long.
It's really long, but I love the music, and I just every time it goes into that segment, because I listen back to the podcast just to make sure, like. I pick up on my own annoying idiosyncrasies just to make sure everything's like sounding good, and I just vibe to it. I'm just in my basement. I'm like shoulder rolling and like just I don't know. I'm just having a good time listening to some Mando.
3 minutes later, we start talking about Mando again.
It's so long. It's at least 30 seconds. It's
long. I agree.
But I love it, and I do wonder if we will get pulled from YouTube because of it. But it doesn't go on YouTube. It doesn't go on the YouTube version. It only goes on the podcast version. So, I don't know. Anyway.
They're not paying attention, but we could shorten it.
No, you don't have to. It's awesome. But anyway, recruiting an old foe. So
Are we going to do chapter 14 real quick and then chapter 15 after
Let's
that?
do. I mean, you have them both in here. I guess we can just. Let's just do a quick hit on chapter
14?
14, yeah.
So chapter 14, I thought was like some of the best action sequences we've seen this season.
Really cool. Really cool.
Getting Boba Fett back in with Fennec Shand was awesome. And like Boba Fett was like way more fierce than we've ever seen him in any of the original trilogy.
He's fucking shit up. It's awesome.
I was like, wait, what? He can do all of that quickly. He's that old and has all that tech. It still works.
He's got a gaffy stick. He's just.
He was wrecking
fucking
shit.
people up.
Yeah. I was obviously the entire time worried about Grogu sitting on this rock doing his whole sequence of meditating, and at first I was like, you're gonna let him choose his path on this rock? He's obviously gonna choose the dark side. He's been choking Cara Dune out. I was worried about that the whole episode. I thought, when the stormtroopers landed, like obviously they're gonna dispatch all these troopers. It's stupid. Even with this E-Web blaster cannon, it's gonna be nothing. And like Boba Fett is just like wrecking them, like with his, what is it called? What's the thing?
I called it a gaffy stick.
Okay.
But I don't know exactly how you pronounce it. I think it's spelled like a Gatarifi stick or something like that. I don't know. It's a Tusken weapon. It's like that pointy. It sounds like a pointy barb. It's shaped like I don't know.
A little hook kind of thing.
Yeah, an L.
Yeah.
It has a pointy thing on it. But yeah, I loved how he's just shattering stormtrooper armor, just like.
Yeah, like it's so easy. Like, what is this stuff made out of? Porcelain? Come on.
Yeah, he's just blasting. I mean, he's just owning people. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, Baby Yoda's doing or Grogu's doing his channeling thing, which is
meditation,
which is dope. I thought like they put this like protective barrier around him, and Mando kept trying to get him, and like.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that was really cool.
He ends up getting captured.
The Dark Troopers take him.
Yep, the Dark Troopers fly down, which were badass. They have jetpacks, or well, I guess they don't have jetpacks. They just have like.
They fly out of the Imperial butt plug that's sitting above them, right? The butt plug.
Yes, he's just cruising. Like they're badass. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they're all about.
Yeah. And then when they get back in, they get him to the ship. I don't know if this is the same episode. They put the cuffs on him. For some reason, on board the ship, they have baby cuffs to put on this creature.
Right.
But regardless. And then at some point during this whole sequence of fighting and whatnot, the Razor Crest gets blown up. So.
Yeah, just blasted to hell from space.
I think when the new episode comes on Friday, Pelimato is going to gather all of this stuff up. She's going to like pick it up and throw it into the air, and then the Razor Crest is going to be new again.
That was pretty stunning, like to just see the Razor Crest get blown to smithereens. But the Beskar staff survived. It was the only thing, I guess, that survived the
and
assault.
It's interesting that he has this like excess of Beskar that's like such a like hard piece to get. What do you think's going to happen with this like rod of Beskar?
That's a good question, man. I don't know. A future weapon. Maybe he uses it just to fight. I don't know.
I think it's going to be melted down and made into a helmet for Grogu.
Ooh.
That was my thing. I was like,
why
would they give him this excess Beskar if what is he gonna do with the spear? He's got fucking whistling birds and all this other shit. Melt it down, make Grogu a helmet.
Crazy K, he said, do you think SWGOH will come out with the Razor Crest? I think so.
I would think so. Yeah. We had almost 2 full seasons where this was like the main thing. There's ships that have seen way less screen time than that have been in the game.
Yeah.
So the Gauntlet, come on.
I think Solo Base 15 said it well on the Gambit. He said that CG likes to release ships in pairs. So I think it would make a lot of sense to have the Razor Crest and then Moff Gideon's TIE Fighter. I think would make sense. And they don't like to release a ton of ships for whatever reason, but I think those two those would be really cool ships to bring into the game.
Are they equal in investment though?
I don't know.
Because you have Moff Gideon, it's on a hero's journey,
But
and then you have, I guess it could be like
it could be regular Mandos. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And then we don't know what's coming, and you got to imagine Mando's going to get another ship or something. I don't know.
Does he inherit Slave One?
Ooh, very well
Probably
could.
not. Yeah.
We don't know.
I want Fennec Shand in the game. She's
Fennec.
badass.
There's so many characters they could introduce now. Like, it is crazy. I actually love it.
You want Mithril in the game?
Dude, it's insane. Like, honestly, I'm so stoked like to see what this game, like, everybody talks about the shelf life of this game, like all of this new content that's getting released. Like,
there's no shelf life of this game now.
There really isn't. I don't think there is. Like,
no.
They're making money. The crack is good. Whatever the crack CG made, people, they're loving it. They're
buying it. They're chasing it.
The amount of money that people are spending on this game rivals any game you can name.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
Like, that's the way gaming is going. It's not just you pay $60 for a game and then you can play it for years. Like, games change. There's downloadable content that, as technology advances, there's going to be more releases, more updates. It's just like, iPhones and shit, or cell phones in general. Like, I don't think this game's going anywhere personally.
I agree. There's always that talk about it, and I'm like, I don't really see it.
No, and there is I know the CG contract is up soon or something like that.
Okay.
That's what people always reference, or the license runs out, I think, or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
They could re-up that shit. They're doing some good shit right now, so.
Yeah, I'm not concerned with that.
And Flex in chat said he thinks that they will melt down that Beskar piece for a hilt for a lightsaber, potentially. Interesting.
Beskar lightsaber hilt.
That's pretty badass. It's a badass hilt. All right. So yeah, from that episode, Grogu gets stolen. Truthfully, I wasn't surprised or necessarily upset. I kind of thought that Grogu was going to be back in the Empire's possession for a while now, ever since they put that tracker on the Razor Crest. So
yeah, we talked about it being like that's like the cliffhanger for the end of the season as he gets kidnapped, and like that's what we have to wait for a whole year until it comes back next season.
Right.
So
and
him getting kidnapped this early surprised me, I guess, but maybe it'll lead to a happy ending in the end.
I'm wondering, like, at the end of this episode, my biggest questions were, did Grogu make connection with a Jedi from...
Which Jedi?
Yeah, which Jedi, exactly. I've heard a few theories, like, a guy at my work was like, he thinks Luke. He thinks Luke is... But I'm like, I don't know. I don't think Mark Hamill's reprising his role. And he mentioned some actor that looks a lot like Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Who is age appropriate. Who could totally be Luke.
Sebastian Stan, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, who knows? I mean, I think the more realistic choice, given that we have all of this, the Filoni-verse, is, probably Ezra or... I don't know, I guess Ezra.
I would think Ezra would be like a good Jedi to be calling out. Maybe Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
As like a connection to that series, but who knows?
Yeah, Obi-Wan, that would be interesting, yeah. But we'll see.
I would say overall it was a decent episode.
I enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Boba Fett just like taking down
fools, yeah.
stormtroopers like nothing,
That was definitely dope.
You want to go to the next episode?
Yeah, let's do it.
Episode 15. What was the name of this episode?
Mission on Morak? No, that's just the name of a title of a segment.
So the tragedy was the last one. Was episode 14, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember the name of this one.
somewhere in here. I forget, but whatever.
Bill Burr's back.
Bill Burr's back, and I couldn't be more upset. At first, I'm like, as soon as he showed up at the end of the last episode, and they were like looking at him through the computer, I was like, really, you're gonna bring Mayfield back? He was the most forgettable character that didn't fit anywhere in like the whole galaxy. Like
The Believer.
None of his
That's what Curtis said.
like his lines made sense. His wardrobe didn't make sense. His character didn't make sense. Nothing about it. I was like, let's just be done with it. I was excited for Bill Burr in season 1 initially, and then when he played the part, I was like, this is stupid. So when they brought him back, I was not excited. But throughout the episode, I would say he did one of the best jobs building a character that was like putting shit to begin with.
Yeah.
That any Star Wars franchise has done yet. I thought he put a lot of like good background with like history of like his military background and like the stuff he's fought through. He did a really nice job. I think Bill Burr belongs in the universe.
Hey,
And
what's
Mayfield
up,
belongs, too.
Operation Metaverse? Probably Gum. How you doing, man? Thanks for popping in. And that episode is called The Believer, according to Curtis Blow.
The Believer. Okay, cool. Yeah. It's always like a 1 or 2 word title for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Bill Burr. I thought like his dialogue was kind of awkward. Like initially, like I don't know. They're obviously trying to be comedic, and it's probably a little awkward trying to encapsulate Bill Burr's comedy into the character that he's playing. But like I agree, like they did build his character well throughout the episode, and by the end of it, it's like cool. I don't know. It was a good episode.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of like very heavy drama with the two of them driving that like freighter truck, or whatever, of Rhydonium through like all these pirates. It was scary. Everybody around them had been shot up and destroyed, and then going into like the complex was like very high drama. Like I didn't expect that to like play out with like Mayfield, who we had seen him in the last season do kind of just stupid stuff, you know?
Yeah.
He was able to grow a character in like dialogue too. It wasn't just in action, it was in dialogue. I thought that was pretty well done.
Yeah, so I mean, just to summarize kind of where we're at, like Cara Dune basically tracked down Mayfield because Mayfield can track down potentially Moff Gideon's location for Mando to try and get the child back.
His old Imperial connections, yeah.
Yep. And Mayfield is been imprisoned by the new, I don't know, rebellion, New Republic, yes. But she bends the rules, tracks him down for Mando, and tags along for this, this wacky adventure.
Yeah.
And it's cool. They're in the Slave One with Boba Fett. Like it's just awesome seeing the Slave One again. And in the previous episode, like, but logistically, it seems like a nightmare ship. Like it's constantly rotating. Is it standing up? Is it sitting down? Like it just seems like that would be an annoying fucking ship to ride.
Seeing the mechanics of it, like from the inside though, like I don't remember seeing it before. The way how it moves like that was kind of cool with like the rotating, the gyrosphere kind of thing within it. I haven't seen it before. It's probably in the Clone Wars, but I
don't recall it. Yeah, I don't. I remember seeing like Jango and Boba as a kid, like when he's pursuing Obi-Wan, in the Clone Wars movie. They're trying to like blast him in like an asteroid field or something. Yeah. Anyway, I guess that's the only time we really see the interior of the ship. But yeah, so that's why they're there. They get Mayfield. He agrees to help, and they kind of like hoodwink some Imperials and steal this giant tank thing on Morak, this planet where it's like a mining facility for the Empire. That's a secret mining facility for the Empire. So
right.
They hijack this tank, and then there's some hijinks where they get There's some pirates trying to blow up this really like unstable resource that they're transporting to this stronghold, to this mining facility that will turn into weaponry, I guess.
Yeah, they're gonna refine it.
Yep. Lots of action, lots of fighting. Mando's fucking pirates up left and right, which is dope. What do you want to hit on? I don't know. I guess
guess
kind
like
of all over the place.
The main drama of the whole episode is Mayfield and Valen Hess, right? So
Yeah.
Mando's trying to get inside to get to the computer, the terminal where it's going to give him the location of Moff Gideon's ship. They don't know who should go in. He's got to take the helmet off. So eventually, Mando goes in, takes his helmet off. So we see him again for the second time, I guess, in the entire series, having his helmet off and getting some info. But what's his name? Hess is able to get up to him, and then Mayfield has to kind of intervene. And they sit down for a drink, and lots of drama. Mayfield kind of calls back to his time in Operation Cinder on Burnin Khan, where he goes through like a pretty horrendous military situation where his entire division of 5,000 to 10,000 people is just like wiped out completely. And Hess is basically like, well, for the Empire. And he just calls him on his shit and then shoots him in the chest with his blaster.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fun.
Yeah, he's pretty heartless. What is he?
Valen Hess?
Yeah, captain or I don't know, general or something. I don't know. Probably not a general.
Some kind of officer.
An officer. Ossifer.
Yeah.
Flex says they turned this rhydonium, I think was what it was called, into fuel. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
After which is basically like, let's escape this whole refinery and then get back to Slave One so they can figure out what to do next.
Yeah, Cara Dune decides to let Mayfield go, given his history. Kind of like senses that he's a good person and pretends that he dies in the mission. And he essentially is on his own on this planet of Morak to make his... I mean, that's better than being imprisonated, I guess. You just gotta...
I would say so.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah. Find a cave or something. I don't know.
And then at the same point is where Slave One tries to take off, and 2 TIE fighters pursue Slave One, and Fett drops a seismic charge, which was fucking so cool.
Yeah, that was really rad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm loving. Yeah, Fett has been dope in this series so far. In this season.
And like, obviously, like Boba Fett has like awesome history and whatnot, but like, he's objectively way better in this than he was in the original trilogy, right?
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
All he does in the original trilogy is fall into a sarlacc. That's like literally the only thing that he does. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing else that he
For
does.
the most part. He looks scary, but he doesn't really do much.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then kind of the end of the whole episode is the ultimatum that Mando gives to Moff Gideon, where he comes off on the hologram, right? And you have something you want. You have something that I want. You may think that you have some idea of what you are in possession of, but you do not. Soon he will be back with me. He means more to me than you will ever know. And Gideon just watches and says nothing.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the episode.
Yep.
So I thought that was a pretty cool way to end it, where like you call back to the same exact thing that Gideon said before. You know,
that was cool. For sure.
I will say though that like I don't know if we've done enough with the plot to get to the finale.
Yeah, I don't. So is there only one episode left now?
One more. That's it.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know either.
I feel like there should have been like 2 episodes of like Gideon battle, but well, it's okay.
Maybe this will be an epic final episode.
I mean, they've been reducing the runtime every single episode, so like, hopefully we get like 55 minutes.
Yeah, let's get an hour 6.
Yeah.
Flex says, what's his name in SWGOH? Old Man Vet. Old Man Fett. I think Veteran Boba makes sense. I mean, going along with the theme of...
Yeah. And we'll call him Vet Fett.
Vet Fett. You've heard it here first. Yeah, I guess that's it, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the last two episodes.
They were both great. I liked them.
They didn't knock the shit out of my ass, but they were fun. They were good.
For a Mayfield episode, I tolerated it and enjoyed it.
Yeah, action, lots of action. I don't know, plot development, cool stuff.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I had. You have anything else you want to talk about?
That's it. Yeah, we're over 2 hours now, so I think we're good.
Yeah, let's raid Operation Metaverse. Looks like Gom's getting ready to go. What do you guys think?
All right, sounds good.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We really appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
Don't Drink and Hyperdrive. Hit us up on all the social medias: Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, blah blah blah.
We appreciate you being on the coming in for the stream and the support. We really do.
May the force be with you.
Yes. Let's stream Operation Metaverse. We got 2 viewers are ready to raid. Come on, Gom is a good dude. Let's make this raid mighty. We've got to see you, Crazy. Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot. We appreciate you. Let's raid now. And I'm going to end the stream.